a beautiful Monday morning, and you're welcome to Market Insight on SOUQ News Television, where we'll bring you updates on stock and equity market. And of course, we'll dive into key topics that impact the development of our country at large. I am Grace Komolafe. I know you were hoping to see Lovina Emma this morning, but not to worry. Tomorrow, she will be bringing you Market Insight. Just for now, take me the way I am. All right, let's dive a little into the stock market. Let's take a recap of the Nigerian stock market's performance last week. Overall, it was a mixed week for the market as the all shares index closed slightly positive on Friday, but there were fluctuations throughout the week. On Friday, 7th June, the bulls edged out the bears. In a tepid trading session in the domestic board closing, the week's trading in the green, causing the all-share index to appreciate by 0.09% to close at 99,221.4 points from 99,134.85 points the previous session. The day's positive performance was primarily driven by investors' interest in the stocks like ETI plus 8.41%, Honey Flour plus 5.00%, Oando plus 3.91%, FBNH plus 1.10%, Zenith Bank plus 0.76%, and 18 orders. Consequently, the year-to-date return settled at 32.70%. Similarly, the overall market capitalization increased by 0.09% to close at 56.13 trillion naira as investors gained 49.10 billion naira. The market activity for the day was positive as volume and value traded increased by 25.24% and 36.55% to 388.02 million units and 7.35 billion naira, respectively. And now we'll move to equity market. Equities for the week ended last week, and the Nigerian equities market ended on a negative note, with the NGX All Shares Index falling by 0.08% week on week to 99,222.33 points. Consequently, the year-to-date return decreased to 32.70%, down from 32.80% the previous week. Sectoral performance for the week under review was mixed. The banking sector dropped by 0.62%, and the week-on-week and oil and gas declined by 0.18% week-on-week. The industrial sector remained unchanged, while the insurance sector rose by 0.84% week on week, and the consumer goods sector increased by 0.33% week on week. The top gainers this week were ROT Briscoe, which rose by 25.0% week on week to 0.60 naira. Oando, which increased by 23.7% week on week to 14.60 naira, and Burger, which climbed 22.4% week on week to 15.00 naira. Conversely, the slow-paced companies were Red Gallons, down 13.6% week on week to 0.38 naira. Sonasho, which fell 10.9% week on week to 1.15 naira, and Prestige, which declined 10.7% week on week, 0.50 naira. And that's the update for last week on stock market and the equity market. Yes, we will be diving into the stock market for last week, and we have Mr. Aruna Kebira, the MD CEO of Globalview Capital Limited. He will be speaking briefly on this. Mr. Aruna, I want to believe you are with us already. Good morning.
Good morning.
Great. It's nice having you on the show.
Thank you for having me.
All right, so let's quickly go into this. I would like to know the key driver behind the Nigerian stock market performance, for last week. Would like you to speak on it briefly.
See, the long and short of what is happening in the market now has to do with the government policy. We have seen that from the MPR started the year at 18.75%. As we speak now, it has gone to 26.25%, which is 750 basis points, which is very, very key as far as the stock market is concerned. Like what we know is that there's this circular flow of income. The theory of circular flow of income states that it's the same money move from the capital market to the money market. And the inflation is still high, as high as 33.69, the food inflation leading it at 40.53. And even the figure that is coming from GDP is not that too, it's not enough to put the market at the moment of respite. We discovered that Q1 2024 GDP growth was 2.98, though better than what happened Q1 2023, but it's still not as good as what happened in Q4 2023. I will continue to, the market will continue to experience this mixed performance. Like last week, we have 2 days gain and 3 days losses. The only thing that will make the market to look up now is information, like the one that hit Owando last week. As we speak, Access Bank opened the market at 1875. Why? Because of the figures that emanated from their right and the public offer. And why was it? Is that as at the time they were making application, the market was not as low as this. Access Bank closed 17.25 kobo on Friday, but as at the time of the application to SEC, the market would be around 29. So giving discount to the market, because that's what they normally do. What they do is to offer the right issue and the public offer at a discount, so that investors will find it more profit for them buying from them than to buy from the market, because what you buy to the market retains around the market, but with the bank that is looking for money, they need to sell what they have. So that is what we'll be seeing from now. And now that this is the second week of June, we have two weeks to go to round up the last month of the second quarter of 2024. Though issuers are given a 1 month moratorium, which will be July, for all of them to release their Q2 earnings to the market. As before then, it is information. As information, hit one stock or the other, that is only where we see an increase in the market. But if not, we continue to experience this mixed closings. It can be red today, it can be green tomorrow.
All right. Thank you, Mr. Haruna. But I want to ask, the movement, it's fluctuating, it's here and there. Would you say the one you have at the moment, is it a good take for investors? Do you see this as a good deal that will encourage investors to really want to put in more money into this market?
Yes, if you ask me, because there's no way that the government can survive on this kind of high rate throughout the year. And that is why most of the FDIs understand this, that the interest rate that is available at the money market, especially at the bond market, cannot be sustainable. That is why they are moving this money to the bond market. And we understand too that the government is trying to come through the accelerated stabilization and advancement plan from the fiscal side, because they've discovered that the monetary policy side has actually not been able to put a hold or to stem inflation. So I think if they come through there and they're able to do as much as they can, and the rates are coming low, then definitely the capital market will attract attention. And it's people that will have taken position as we speak. I call all the prices on the stock market as we speak now as cherry picking. Assets are 17.25, Zenith at 33 naira, they are cherry picking. I think this is just the best time to take position.
All right, so that's great. I'd like you to look at, share with us the top gainers, those that made it, and those that are actually lagging behind in this market space. Would you like to share with us, please?
Yeah, what we have seen and what we continue to see the market is that the banks are always the big drivers, because more information are actually hitting the banks. One, we understand that before we come to 2024, that the banks are gearing up for recapitalization. And like I've just said, about 3 banks have notified the investors that they are going to raise hybrids, that is public offer and right issue. And like I said, most of these applications were done when the market was well, especially for Fidelity and Access Bank. And there's a way the market behaves. There is no way that the market will not move those prices to close at those offer prices. So I believe that it is the banking sector for now that will continue to move the market. Except, like I said, if there's any information like it's that of Owando did a fantastic performance as at December 2023, and they followed the information up that the suspension placed on them at Johannesburg Stock Exchange was just lifted. Information like that is what will make some stocks and to actually look up.
All right, thank you, Mr. Kebira. Before we let you go, let's look at investor sentiment. What role would you say it's played, in shaping the market trend for last week?
Like you see, if the market is information driven, there is no two ways about that. And as somebody have told me before that it's like the market is being manipulated. No, it is information that is being released to the market that shape the direction of a market. Like I have just said, before the release of December 31, 2023 result by Owando was down, even trading around 10 naira, around 11 naira. But when they released their result and they made fantastic profit, it is enough. They don't need to tell any investor that this is the direction. It is enough. If, as we speak now, there is any other result or an information, or maybe an approval of application by SEC of of maybe private placement by any of the issuer, it's sure will direct attention to such a stock. What are investors looking for? It's better yield. And how do you get the better yield? It's information. Like one of the first things I told people is that when you want to gain in the capital market, be information savvy. Make sure that you get the information before it gets to. By the time it becomes market information, public information, a number of people have already made profit. So what shape investors' sentiment is information.
Thank you very much. Thank you, Mr. Aruna Kebira. Thank you for your time, and we appreciate. We must say that we'll be reaching out some other time. We hope that when we call on you, you'll be able to answer. Thank you.